Hybrid drop-offs. At what point do you say to these kids, your irons, nope, I'm out, I need more help? Welcome to the video. Question for you. Up there, out of the 4-iron and the hybrid, which one's going to have the steeper descent angle into the green? On that card there, let me know. At the end of the video, let me know what you thought down in the comments down below. As always, hit the thumbs up if you like the test, if you want to see more as well. Don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel as well if you want to see more of these videos. And if you're already subscribed, ring that bell, everybody. Back to the video. So I'm going to start by hitting my 23-degree hybrid, and then we'll show you the numbers compared to the T300. So just give you a few benchmark numbers with my 23-degree TS2 hybrid. So I've got it set A1, so it's 23 degrees, peak heights, distances, and then show you the difference I would get in an equivalent going distance club in an iron. Okay, we're gonna go outside and show you how these numbers translate, because this is quite interesting, isn't it? Before looking at these numbers, which club would you say goes higher?
Hybrid.
I would say my 23 hybrid goes higher than my 4-iron.
Yeah.
Or if I had one, a 4-iron.
Yeah.
And I'm going T300 4-iron because my 6-iron, which acts as my 5-iron, is a T300, so it's blending with my set. Obviously, if we did this with more bladed clubs as well, the drop-offs would just be bigger. So I'm doing it as if it was in my set, how I would blend. And then in turn, I would say that my hybrid's got a steeper descent angle and would stop quicker. Would you agree with that? Because it definitely goes higher.
I would, and from what I've seen you when you've played with it, I would absolutely say that was the case.
It pops up and stops, doesn't it?
Drops and stops, yeah.
So if we look at these two groups of shots, and I've taken out shot 18 here with the iron T300 because it went 153, completely sclaff, but we'll come back to the point of that in a second because I think Dan makes a good point with that. If we take that one out, which descent angle at 28 because it's a complete miss it, descent angle with both of those clubs is 42.5 and 42.7, no different. Yeah. They descend at the same angle.
Yeah.
They peak height differently, 27 with the iron and 31 with the hybrid. So the hybrid is going 4 yards higher, yet they descend at the same angle. Spinning less with the hybrid, 3.6 to 4.8 with the iron. So actually the iron is going to stop quicker. Descending at the same angle, more spin, the 4-iron T300 will stop quicker than my hybrid, going at an average of 193 to 187. If I take out another slight miss hit in there, it's 189 to 193, like they're identical, because I took a 179 out just to, you know, my decent hits. Now, the other interesting point is I didn't have to take out any hits in the hybrid. That's point 1 for me.
Yeah.
Where that 153 shot and even the 179 with the 4-iron in a T300 is why I wouldn't game that.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that's different here is I'm 15-degree launch with my hybrid and I'm 12-degree launch with the T300 iron. So basically, the iron flight is more like this,
yeah,
which is getting the same descent angle, and the hybrid is more rainbow flight. It's a very different flight.
Yeah.
And then what we're doing, what lots of people do, and I'm loving this test, is we're like packaging all what we visually see together and making assumptions, aren't we? That's higher, that'll stop quicker, that'll have a big... We're not, you know, I have tested this, but I've not looked as deep into this before. Yeah. I'm just looking at that peak height thinking, yeah, I want that peak high. So I could game the 4-iron in theory then, can't I? And I might be better at it, might stop quicker. I'm maybe getting it wrong.
I think you could. Like if I was fitting you in this situation here, there'd be a lot more discussion about how you play golf and what you want to see on the golf course. But just that one shot that you're going to see a massive drop off on with that iron compared to that hybrid would, as a fitter, I'd be saying to you, I kind of would prefer to see you in the hybrid purely over that one little drop off shot that you hit.
So for me, let's go outside and explain why 15.6 degrees of launch compared to 12.4 with some decent hits launching at 11.5 and decent hits launching at 17.7 for me is just money. Why that's so important.
Yeah.
First situation, got 2 balls left. I'm just going to drop them. I'm going to drop them from good old-fashioned shoulder height now. I'm an old schooler. 1, 2. Now, with this bank in front of me, if I had to go 190, 200 yards, this is now instantly where that extra degree of launch, I want it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it's still pushing it, because that bank is up there, but if I try and hit, I mean, I wouldn't even attempt to hit a 4-iron. I think this is pushing it. There we go, that popped up over that, no problem.
Easy that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then if I do it again with this one, both of these with a hybrid, pop it up over. I mean, that's clearing up here, isn't it?
Easy.
So that now, I reckon, so I'm going to go drop again, 4-iron, drop again, 4-iron. So I can get this 4-iron over these, I think, knowing what that launched at, but I wouldn't take it on.
No,
I would now have done that test, but you see what I mean? You make judgments based on not hitting this shot for probably, I don't know, half a year you were in this situation, even longer. So, I mean, I reckon now watching that hybrid, this would get over there. And I'm wrong. Hit that, wow, you see it, just ram into the bank.
And arguably, the lies on both the drops on these two are
good.
better.
This one will get over. Oh, just skimmed it. And look, it's just dipping out the air. So instantly now, why would I game this? They're landing the same. This is spinning more, which might make it stop a bit quicker. Yeah. But there's a situation where I need to get over. Obviously, this is an extreme I've played on many links courses where you're in the middle of fairway and there's a bank in front of you. Yeah. Now that 11-degree launch of this is just a little scary. Ball below my feet, like aggressively below my feet. Oh, that's a stinky lie. That's a stinky lie. Decent lie. Oh, right. So this one I would hit a 4-iron fine, but I would rather my hybrid. But I can hit a 4-iron from there. It's a bit more cutty than I'd want it to be, but I can hit a 4-iron from there. Because it was lying okay. Yeah, nothing in front of me, below my feet. That one I'm not even going to begin to hit a 4-iron. This one I'm going to re-drop because I can't play it. I'm just going to drop it over there, we'll come back to that one. So this one, 4-iron's just not an option. To be honest with you,
it's struggling with that.
Yeah, a hybrid's not an option, but if I had 200 yards to go, I would try and pop it out with my hybrid and go out of bounds and be upset. So I would say no difference on those. This one, if you get close to this one, like that is sat down and I'm way above the ball. Yeah. Absolutely hybrid. Never a 4-iron. 4-irons go knee height. So I would absolutely just pop my hybrid out there, a little thin, but look, that's still running 150. Yeah. 4-iron wouldn't have gone past the red. And then this one, it's actually in a little knot divot, but there's no grass under that. Again, I would pop my hybrid at that, never a 4-iron. I've definitely been getting it wrong. We all have. I'm thinking this is going higher, it is, then landing steeper and stopping. I don't agree. I think they're the same on a mat, indoors, on a tee from a par 3. If anything, this is stopping a fraction quicker. It's the drop off when I don't hit this one. This would drop off as well, but if you get a high hit, it's just so weak, where this one still has a bit of loving. It's not left and right so much, apart from roll and bulge takes its part for that, where the hybrid helps me again. There will be 50 more situations on a course in these lies where this one will allow me to advance, because it deals me 4 degrees of extra launch, and this one plays itself out of the market, making it now not a useless club, but only used for a very small percent of the time. And anyone who watches my videos, you'll see I use this in so many situations, even the chip. Interesting. Do the test yourself. Where's your drop off? At what point does a lie get difficult enough for you to think, I can't do that with that club? Is there another one to do it for me? And then the flip side to that as well, if you think, if we did this indoors, I reckon a fitter would say, you can use either of those, Mark. You need to choose. And if you're not experienced enough to know what to choose, you might just stay with the iron. But I would bet you this one would come out more. Do the test yourself. Where's your drop off? Love to know. What do you think, Dan?
That was a bit of an eye-opener for me as well, in the fact that I was with you. I would expect to have seen, certainly in there, that the ball with the hybrid would have launched higher, come in, steeper descent angle and dropped and stopped quicker, where actually this one was performing as well, and would actually stop as quick.
From that mat?
From that position.
Par 3 tee, you give me a 200-yard par 3 off a tee, I don't care which one of those you're using,
easy.
Apart from I love this one.
Yeah.
So as in, I've got a preference in myself, but I've played where I've had to hit 4 irons in fun games we do, and my score doesn't really change.
Only thing I would say is, again, coming out here, all of these shots that you've tested out here today are all about strike.
Yeah.
And if you get the strike slightly wrong with this, we've seen it inside, the drop off is quite big, you get it slightly wrong with that, it's still there or thereabouts.
Well, I'll challenge that, okay, so I agree with you, but if you get the wrong, the strike slightly wrong with this, a bit heel or toe or low, that's not bad. It's when you get this popping high on the face, that's what I think we mix up and throw. Do you see what I mean? If I'm watching this video and interpreting it, I'm going to think, all right, the hybrid is easier than the 4-iron. So yes, but not. I taught loads of people who never really hit the top of the club. They're like Finn,
down the
heel and toers, good strikers, hitting down with a 4-iron, getting it spinning up. They hate the hybrids because they hit it low and it spins like way up and they can't control it. See what I mean? It's, you've got to test. I agree with you, but I think the biggest drop off on this, it's the lack of roll and bulge. I like the curvy face on this. I've hit plenty of shots with a hybrid out the toe and it started right and everyone's like, oh, and I know it's coming back. Where with this one, you do get that bit more deviation because of roll and bulge. I feel, again, we should test that. It's when you get in these lies where you can pop it slightly high in the face. Hybrid just goes super low spin, rainbow flight, runs forever, and it actually helps you. Where this one, like you say, dies. So it's subject to how you strike that as well, I think. Post comments down below. If you like the videos, hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up as well if you want to see more of these tests. We can do more just to show you what clubs might help your golf and help your golf bag be a little better for helping you get those lower scores.